Oh man, I don't know if y'all can see the burnt braid. It is done, skis. It's time to change you out. Yeah, this is just asking for a fish to break it off. Look at that. So Nomad Design is what I've been using. I like it because it's like a PE line, very, very thin, but very strong. Casts really good. And I do need to inspect my guides though, because if it's braiding this bad or burning, then it could be my guides. But yeah, it's pretty bad. You can kind of see. That just tells you it's time to change it out. Oh my God. Yeah, I've been dragging this line recently through a lot of grass and a lot of structure. Oh, it's nasty. Yeah. Y'all know y'all all do this. Get it, girl. Yeah, what's up, pimps? So, if y'all probably already know this, but if you're changing out your line before you do, if you want to check your guides, probably a good time to do it. Or anytime you're going to go out fishing, especially before a tournament. Take a cotton tip applicator, Q-tip, whatever you want to call these, and you rub them inside the guides, and you're really just checking to see if they're burnt, broken, all that fun stuff. And while you're checking inside, you're really just looking to see if there's damage. If there is damage, a couple things you can do. You can replace the guide to get your rod maker. You can heat up this epoxy here, cut off the string and just put a new one on. Or you can do what I do. You can just put a zip tie on these things. I'm just kidding, but I did do it. I did do a zip tie because I'm gangsta. If some other little random tips for your guides: one, don't ever put your hooks inside here when you're leaving them staged. Put your hooks on the side of the guides if you want. But again, if you do put the hooks on the side of the guide, then you might be putting some tension on here. So sometimes guys will see the rod hook keepers in the bottom and things like that. WD-40 works pretty good when you ice. If you're in the cold temperatures and you want to get that de-icing on your lines, then you might want to just spray a little WD-40. Kind of helps pretty good. If you're putting like a braid to leader, like a fluoro or mono, then highly recommend, if your leader is going into your guide, that you use something like a FG knot instead of a double uni. A double uni will be hitting your inside of your guide rings and causing them to get damaged or pop out, depending on the type they are. For me, I have specific type of guides that can take a little bit more damage on the inside, but still, if I'm in a tournament or something, a lot of times I will go FG knot from braid to leader. It just helps out with the smooth casting and doesn't damage your guides. But at the same time, if you're having to do that quick change out, I get it. W-uni. I'm not gonna lie, I double uni a lot, but it's not my preferred method. FG braid to leaders, I did. Yeah. If you don't know what that means, you can hit me up. I'll give you an idea. Maybe I'll do a video on that. Yeah. But I just changed out my line, and my main goal was to have some smooth, nice new braid hooked up with a nice little leader. And this rod is my inshore and bass fishing. So I go with the leader line that's more ideal to average a little bit of the both. So I go with about a 20 or 30 pound. This was a 30. But you don't go with a 30 pound that's thick. You go with thin, like a PE type. If you're gonna go and you want a nice casting rod for bass fishing, the lighter, the thinner the line, the better. So if you can handle like a 10 or 12 pound main line, then that would be ideal. Because you get a further cast. For me, one of my huge techniques in fishing is the longer the cast, the better. Especially for those big bass. You want to creep up on those big bass, you got to get those casts really, really good. The further you're away from the fish, the better you can creep up and get that cast in there. You have a higher chance of hook setting that, in my opinion. So I go with thin. But the reason I go with thin 30 is because this rod, even though it's a light fast action, I also use it through the grass, the weeds. I will pair this up with top water stuff, hard baits, things like that. So not traditional. It's not normally what people do. They'll carry different rods out there. It's a medium heavy, things like that. But I will do light fast action with my top water. So yeah, don't tell nobody that. All right, hope you enjoyed the video. Deuces. There she is. Bass number 1 on that new braid. All right, she's 17 3/4. First bass on the new braid. All righty, girl, you're free.